guys, and thanks for tuning in into another one of my videos. Today I thought I'll do something different for you, and it's called Bianca's Storytime. I've always enjoyed other Storytime channels, so I thought I'll give it a go. I hope you enjoy. Today's Storytime is about my modeling days, how I got into it, my experiences, and why I left. I started modeling when I was around 12 years old. My brother and sister were already doing it, so I just wanted to enroll as well with the same agency. I really looked up to my big sister, so whatever she was doing I wanted to do as well. We used to meet up every Saturday and learn the basics of modeling, so learn how to catwalk, learn how to pose, and just build confidence. And it was a lot of fun for me. I've actually made so many friends there too. Some of them I'm still friends with till this day. In the 2 years that I was there, we had one show which wasn't great, but I was very prepared for it, as you can imagine. We promoted local clothing brands, and my sister took me to have a haircut, and I was so excited to look different and just to have the show. And I remember having this sassy pose and sassy catwalk just so I could impress everyone, and it was so much fun. I'll try and find the picture and introduce it into this video. So when I was 14 years old, I moved on to a different agency, and it was a serious agency that was doing international modeling. So the first year or so I was doing local shows again for clothing lines and clothing brands. It was editorials in the newspaper and local magazines. So when I was around 16 years old, I got my first international modeling contract. So it was with Elite Model Management in Dubai. So I was there for about 3 months. And I remember clearly there was such a culture shock to me. For a 16-year-old from humble backgrounds going into Dubai, which is very wealthy city. The time that I was there, I modeled for a couple of jewellery shows. The show that I did for this jewellery company was in Burj Al Arab, which is one of the most expensive hotels in Dubai. I remember clearly that we had these security guards putting on and taking off our jewellery because they were so expensive. And for a 16-year-old, I remember looking at it thinking, oh my god, what is going on? But it was such an amazing show, and it was very exciting. But it did sort of stick with me that it was so expensive that we weren't even allowed to touch those jewelleries. We also did promotion for cars like Mitsubishi and Bentley, so we used to have to model around the cars, and it was like 5-day promotion for Mitsubishi. So we were there in the morning for like 12 hours throughout the day. We used to have to promote the cars and just basically look pretty, but either way we were getting paid for all of the work that we did there. And for a 16-year-old, that was amazing. I mean, I was doing what I loved, you know, there was nothing more that I wanted. I also did some work for Siemens, which was then a phone company. So again, promoting the brand, so that was quite a lot of fun. Another job that I did was for one of the hotels there. Me and my friend were both booked for promoting this hotel, and we had to do like a DVD for them. So they recorded us and took a picture of us as well, so it was quite a funny story. We didn't know that we had to be there at 3 o'clock in the morning, so my friends for some reason took the call and thought that it was actually at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So what happened was we went to sleep at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then the phone rang an hour later saying, "Are you girls ready? We're here to pick you up." And we had to have a quick shower and get ready, and I remember we were so tired throughout the day, but it didn't matter because again we were doing what we loved, and with a lot of makeup and the excitement of the day, everything was absolutely fine. So other than my Dubai contract, I continued modeling in Europe in places like Germany, Austria, and then the UK. I also modeled quite a lot back home in other cities, so I modeled quite a lot in Bucharest. I did Bucharest Fashion Week, I did Miss Model of the Year, so that meant it's like a Miss, like a pageant basically, but it was to do mainly with models. So all on TV, so that was a nice moment. Obviously my mom was very proud seeing me on TV. It was such a great experience for me again, and it promoted me, as well as the fact that I was always paid for everything that I did. So with Bucharest Fashion Week, we had a full week of doing catwalks for designers back home. When I was 19 years old, I moved over to the UK and enrolled with an agency in London. So I actually lived about an hour and a half away from London, so I had to commute to London in order to go and do my castings. So I had to commute probably 2 to 3 times a week to London. It was mainly in the weekend, but you had to be in London to do your castings. So the agency would send you to do a full day of castings around the city. And I remember having this map, because back then I didn't have Google Maps on my phone, so I had this map in my hand and I used to circle the places that I had to go to. So I used to spend obviously a whole day in London and had to come back in the evening. It was very expensive, and at that point my parents were still supporting me. So I was a student, so I was going to college and trying to do modeling at the same time, so it ended up being very costly. So it was one of the reasons that I had to stop doing it. It was because it was so expensive. The other reason is because I was in a relationship where my then boyfriend didn't want me to continue modeling, so I had to stop. Because it wasn't because of him, it was more that I decided to stop because I didn't want to put our relationship in jeopardy, so I stopped for him. I do feel sad sometimes thinking about it, because it was a career path that I took very seriously, and I can say that I was successful in it, and I really enjoyed it. Do I regret it? I wouldn't say I regret it, because I now have such a happy life with my future husband. We are in such a good place, and I wouldn't have never met him if I would have continued with that career path. But I do miss it sometimes. I do wonder what would it be like if I continued doing it. But no, I don't regret it. I guess I wish I would have continued it for longer. So I hope you enjoyed my story time. There's a lot more to come, but do let me know what you think. Have you enjoyed it? Do you want to hear more about my experience when it comes to modeling? In the meantime, please like, subscribe, share and comment, and I'll see you soon.